Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. And you and you and you and you and you and you and you.
Welcome to my learning circle. I'm Miss Connie and I'm so glad that you're here with me again today so that we can work on learning more about our sight words. That's right, we are working on learning all about our sight words together. Remember, sight words are words that we practice over and over and over again so that we just know them. We don't even have to think about them. We memorize them because we practice them over and over again. And when we practice them over and over again, we learn them so well that we memorize them. We don't have to think about them. We just know them. Now, before we learn a new sight word together today, let's get our wiggles out. Show me your wiggling fingers. Very good. Now shake your arms and roll your neck. And now we're ready to begin. Today we are going to be learning about our sight word, said. This is our sight word, said. Okay, I'm going to put it on our board so we can focus on it and learn a little bit more about it together. Now, can you say, this is our sight word, said, with me? All right, here we go. This is our sight word, said. Very good. And when we are learning new words, it helps for us to do what? We have to, very good, listen for our syllables. Listen for our sound building blocks that make our words. Because when we listen for those syllables, it helps us know how to spell them with all of the letters that we've learned, right? So I'm going to clap out our syllables in our word, said. I want you to count how many times I clap. You ready? Here we go. Said. How many times did I clap? That's right, one time. And what does that mean about our word, said? Very good. That means it has one syllable, one sound building block. Awesome job. Now, when we are listening for our sounds to put together all of our letters, what do we have to do? Do you remember? After we listen for our syllables and our sound building blocks, what do we have to do? That's right, we have to slow down. Can you say that with me? Slow down. We slow down and we stretch out our sounds so that we can hear the letter sounds that make up our words. And when we can hear the letter sounds, we can put the letters together to spell out our words, right? So let's see what happens when we slow down and stretch out our syllable for our word, said. Here we go. Said, said, said. What sounds are you hearing? What's that first sound in our sound building block for our word, said? S, s, s. We're hearing our S sound. That's right. S, s, s. Our S sound. Very good. Now, let's listen for the next sound. Are you ready? S, e, e, e. I think I know that sound. But it doesn't look like these letters that we're looking at. Eh, eh, eh. That's because we are hearing the E sound in our word, said. But do we see an E in said? We don't. We see AI. Our words sometimes do not follow the rules. And it makes it a little bit confusing and a little bit difficult. But that's one of the reasons we learn some of our sight words, because they don't follow the rules. And if we learn how to spell it by memorizing it, then it's a little bit less confusing, it's a little bit less difficult. So, if we were listening to the sounds and stretching it out, we would spell said, S-E-D, because we're hearing the sound in the middle. But we spell the word said like this, S-A-I-D. And guess what? Even if you run across a word that when you stretch out the sound, it's not spelled exactly right, so long as you're listening for those sounds and putting your letters together, we can work through it and hear what it is you're trying to spell, and we can work on spelling it the correct way too. All right, now we have used our ears to listen and think about our words said. Let's get ready to use our eyes to look and see what else we can learn about our word said. Now, we learned that our word said, it doesn't follow the rules. Makes it a little bit more challenging to learn, but we still can spell it and practice it over and over again, just like all of our other sight words. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets, because the more you learn it. And the more you learn it, the more you memorize it and don't have to think about it. That's right. So, we said that we can spell our word said like this, S-A-I-D. Can you say that with me? S-A-I-D. Very good. Now, let's see if we could take those letters that we just learned to put together to spell our word said, if we could take them and put them on our writing line. All right, now, our S, is it an uppercase or a lowercase letter? Very good, it's a lowercase letter. And is it a tall letter or a short letter? Awesome job, it's a short letter. That means it starts where? At our dotted writing line. Very good, just like this. And I always start my letters where? At the top of the letter, that's right. Now, my A, it's also a short letter, right? Just like this. And my I, what kind of letter is it? It's a medium-sized letter. It starts there, but it gets a little dot at the top. Doesn't go all the way to the top, but it does go taller than our dotted writing line. And then our D, we said we can look at that and see that it is a tall letter. That means I start up here, I go down, just like that. My word said. And let's look at the shape. We just talked about it. Let's look at it and see it on our board. We have a short letter S, short letter A, our medium letter I, and then our tall letter D. So our word said is short, short, medium, tall. Awesome job. Now, let's see if we can count out the letters in our word said. Are you ready? Here we go. Spell it out with me first, and then we'll count them. Here we go. S-A-I-D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our word said has 4 letters. This is the longest word that we've learned at this point because all of our other letters had 3 or less. Our word said, S-A-I-D, has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 letters. Very good job. Now, we've learned so much about our word said. We've learned that we can clap out our syllables. Said. How many syllables? 1 syllable. Very good. 1 sound building block. And we learned that our word said is a little bit difficult, right? Because it does not follow the rules for us to stretch it out and listen for the sounds. It has a few extra letters in it that don't match the sounds that we say, right? But we can still memorize our word said, and that way we know it and we don't even have to think about it. We've learned that we can spell it S-A-I-D with a short, short, medium, tall letter. And I think we are ready to use it in a sentence, don't you? All right, let's see. What can we say about our word said? Oh, I know. Here we go. She job. All right, and I think we need some celebration shapes around this for our awesome job. So let's put some stars, and let's put big smiley face for awesome job. All right, now, did you see where the word said went in our sentence? I'll read it again. You stop me when I get to said. All right, here we go. She said. There it is. Very good. There is our word said. Awesome job. Hey, she said, awesome job. Do you notice anything different about this sentence compared to the other sentences we've worked on? Very good. If you said it has these things around what she said, you are correct. These are called quotation marks, and we put those in our sentences to show that, hey, someone is talking, someone is telling us something. And in this sentence, she said, quotation mark, awesome job, quotation mark. And she was so excited when she said it, she used an exclamation point. That means she said it with excitement. She said, awesome job. All right, very good. Now, we have learned so much about our word said. I think we're ready to find it over here. Can you help me? All right, here we go. Is this our word said? No, that doesn't look like our word said, does it? Let's look at it and see why it's not. It has 1, 2 letters, and we know our word said has 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have the right number of letters. It has a tall letter and a short letter. Our word said is short, short, medium, tall. It's not the right shape. And it's spelled H-E. Our word said is spelled S-A-I-D. It's not the right shape. It's not the right number of letters. It's not the right letters. It's not our word said, is it? No. Let's keep going and see if we can find it. What about this one? Very good. There is our word said. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. Short, short, medium, tall. And it's spelled S-A-I-D, which we know we have to memorize because it doesn't follow our letter sound rules, right? Very good. Thank you so much for coming and learning all about our sight words with me and for helping us learn everything that we could about our word said. We learned it has 1, 2, 3, 4 letters, a short, short, medium, tall, and we learned that if we clap it out, said, it has 1 syllable, 1 sound building block. But it is a word that doesn't follow the rules, so we have to memorize the letters in our word said that make it, because we can't stretch it out and hear the correct letters that make our word said. It's spelled S-A-I-D, and that spells what? That spells our word said. Very good. And once we had learned everything there was to learn about our word said, we were able to use it in a sentence to say, she said, awesome job. We learned about our quotation marks and our exclamation point. And then you helped me find our word said over here. Awesome job. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.